Inna ja'alna ma al-ardi zinatan laha linabluwahum ayyuhum ahsanu amala. Suratul-Kahfi, Surah number 18, ayat number 7. Inna, indeed we, ja'alna, we have made, ma, what or whatever, so we have translated it as whatever, which is a more appropriate rendering in this context. Ala, on, al-ardi, the earth. So inna ja'alna ma ala al-ardi is indeed we have made whatever is on the earth. Zinatan, as an adornment, laha, for it, because al-ard is considered feminine. Li nabluwahum, li, so that, nabluwa, we test. It's we test, that means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests. Hum, them, ayyuhum, as to which of them, ahsanu, is better, amalan, in terms of deeds. So this is a relatively simple verse, even construct wise. Nothing complex about it except for just one finer or minor point that I want to discuss. Inna is indeed we, and ja'alna is we made or we have made. But in a running translation, we don't say indeed we have made. We don't do that for obvious reasons. In the English language, it's not required. Indeed we have made. It doesn't, I mean, it's not a free-flowing translation. And the point that I want to discuss, that's not the point that I want to discuss. The point that I want to discuss is some translators or scholars suggest that this is, the we have been used twice is for emphasis. Indeed we have made. Indeed, it is we who have made, something like that for added emphasis, which I disagree. Now, why do I say that? Because indeed the term we does appear twice, isn't it? So I say, what else could have been used otherwise? So inna itself is indeed, I'm not saying inna itself. Inna is basically inna plus na, which is indeed we, the attached pronoun. What else could have been used otherwise to add this emphasis of inna, indeed? Well, if you remember, there is a verse, inna allaha ma'as sabirin. So there the word inna is used, not inna. So inna is indeed, but the word that follows after that in that verse is Allah, which is an ism. So inna is a harf which makes the next word ism a nasab. But in this case, ja'alna over here is a verb, so it cannot make it into the nasab status. It requires an ism. So to do that, we have attached the pronoun na, so that attached pronoun na can function as the ism which becomes nasab, which is required in this construct. So that is my explanation why the emphasis is not actually there. So many times you've seen me highlight why there is emphasis, and certain translations, I mean most of the translations have missed those emphasis. I understand, I recognize that there is an inherent difficulty in translating that, but we have to make our best efforts to do that. But here, there is no emphasis as such, and we cannot add an emphasis when none exists. So that's it. We'll just read it once more so that we get the full flow of the translation, a running translation. So, Inna ja'alna ma ala al-ardi zinatan laha linabluwahum ayyuhum ahsanu amalan. Indeed, we have made whatever is on the earth as an adornment for it, so that we test them as to which of them is better in deeds.